Today, the Golden State Warriors look to advance to the second round of the Western Conference playoffs. We've got Game 5 of the first round against the Jazz, and we'll only be going through Game 5 today, given that it is an elimination game. Last episode, we returned home after winning the first two games in Utah, looking to complete the sweep, and while we were unable to do that, we find ourselves in control, leading the series 3-1, looking to finish off the Jazz on their home floor. That started with Game 3, our first home game of the postseason, and ended up being a very solid win, 140-124. Kajai Stokes with a 50-piece. His offense has been rough since the All-Star break. He has not shot the ball well as of recent. He has not shot the ball well in the playoffs. Granted, he's been matched up with one of the better perimeter defenders in the league, but it was good to see him play well. Rolog was efficient as well, 10 of 15 from the field. Not everybody shot the ball well, though. 9 of 25 for Salis, 5 of 14 for Destino, 1 for 6 for Kuminga. And Jabari Springer, who was playing well, got injured in the third quarter. Keegan Murray with 33, Norwood Nobles with 26. The two forwards unable to quite lead the Jazz to victory. Martin Sifa only played 20 minutes. He was in foul trouble for most of the game, but they had him out for most of the second half. There was a stretch of probably almost 15 minutes where he did not appear in the game, which does not make sense to me, given that the Jazz season was essentially on the line. Jonathan Kuminga was a lot better in Game 4. He had 35 and 12. Stokes filled up the stat sheet, but he also filled up the brick column, making just one of his first 10 shots. Rolog had a double-double, as did Adembona, but the slump for Salis continued. 3 for 14 from the field, 0 for 5 from deep. I don't know what's going on with him. Norwood Nobles was able to lead the charge for Utah. He had 32. Murray with 31. 22 for Cody Williams and 20 for Samuel Queen. Those four guys fully in command of the offense, combining for over 100 points between the group. So Utah was able to keep their season afloat. And going into Game 4, we knew it was a must-win for the Jazz, but I kind of felt like it was for us as well. Remember last year we were up 3-0 against OKC. We lost Game 4, and I think that loss killed our chances in the playoffs, given that Evan Mobley got injured. Well, nobody got hurt in Game 4, but we do have to address Jabari Springer, who got injured and did not play in Game 3. We're already without Evan Mobley, so that's our two bigs, both out. Adembona's done a really good job with his extra playing time, got the start in Game 4. I thought he was awesome, but we don't really have another big behind him. We have three bigs who we feel good about. Two of them are hurt right now. Adembona cannot do it all himself. We obviously have to clean up the efficiency as well. Kajai Stokes has really only shot the ball in one game. Granted, he was pretty good after the first quarter of Game 4. Rolog has been up and down, but overall quite solid. Kuminga's been up and down. Salis is on a bad slump. Destino's efficiency's been kind of all over the place. I mean, you can make the argument that Adembona has been our most consistent player so far, which is pretty weird. Both teams are going to have massive injury-related decisions going into Game 5. As I've said really since the start of the year, half the battle is being good enough to win a championship and being able to have the guys who can make a deep playoff run, which I think we can. But the other half of it is staying healthy. Not just avoiding injuries, but injury management. We've been lucky throughout the second half of the year in the sense that we haven't had a lot of guys get injured. Now we're starting to have some guys getting banged up here in the playoffs, and we have to be smart with how we use them. We don't want to run our guys into the ground and it ends up like last year where we only have two guys who can create any source of offense in the second round. The Jazz are in a fairly similar spot dealing with Trae Young's fractured left hand that he suffered in early April. Trae has not played yet in the postseason, and it was interesting that they held him out of Game 4 despite it being an elimination game. So the verdict for Game 5 is that Evan Mobley is in, Jabari Springer is out, and Trae Young is out. I made the decision to bring back Mobley, who we have not seen since Game 1, because I really don't see that much of a risk with his injury. It was a very, very mild hip strain, and I really don't think it's going to affect him that much. And I also don't think there's major re-injury risk, which is the biggest deal. I'm still very confident in Adembona, who's going to play around half the game, as will Mobley, but I'm not confident in the lack of size behind him. I really want to get this series done in 5. It looks like Minnesota's going to beat San Antonio. They're the number 1 seed. They're the favorite in the West. And I don't want to give us any more issues or any more games necessary leading to a potential series against Minnesota. As for the Jazz, Trae Young cannot physically play off the injury. He wants to go, the team wants him to go, but the doctors are not letting him. So with Trae Young out, that's even more of a reason for us to win this game today. And you can make the argument it's risky to have Mobley out there nursing an injury, but I think it's even more risky to potentially let this series go 6, because that gives everybody the chance for an injury or more wear and tear. We're going into this game tonight thinking we've got to win it. Queen has it for the Jazz. Pull-up jumper is good for the youngster. The efficiency's been up and down for Queen so far in his first ever playoff series. Has not been as smooth as it has been for Norwood Nobles. Roman Law gets Burrow for 3. Has not shot the 3-ball well consistently this year, but I think he's done a fairly good job other than game 2. Here's Queen inside over Mobley, no good. Nice defense and nice rebound by Rolog. He pushes it up for Kajai Stokes, who gets the switch with Queen, who's a good defender, but he's not Martin Sifa. Stokes to the basket, his first points of the game. That'll make it 5-2. Any chance we can switch Sifa off of Stokes is a big win. Queen floats that one up and in. He's got the first 4 for the Jazz. Nobles with it, matched up with Jonathan Kuminga. Nobles inside, pick and roll for the big man. Yonter Kingsley with the jam. Destino brings it up for Golden State. Shot the ball well early in the series in Utah. Not so much in Golden State. Maybe he's just more comfortable on this floor as he hits his first shot of the game, a mid-range jumper. Murray falls for the pump fake. Kuminga sprays the midi. And the Warriors are back ahead 9-7. It's been kind of a defensive start so far as you would expect in an elimination game. And we're treating it like our backs are against the wall as well. So the intensity really high for both teams as Queen hits the 3. He's got 7 of the first 10 for the Jazz. Rolog on the drive with the jam. Really good job to keep the inside leverage and not let Nobles get a chance at the ball. Rolog off to a good start as that one is poked away by Destino. Stolen by Rolog. He sends it up for Kuminga. Trapped, passes it out, and Destino buries the 3. The best offense is good defense. Destino's the one who made the original play, and he's the one who ends it. Stokes is blocked inside. Keegan Murray with the snuff. Sifa brings it up for the Jazz. Step back jumper is good. Martin Sifa is a talented offensive player. Even if that's not the strength of his game, he has shown the flashes of being a good 3-level scorer. Stokes with a crafty drive inside. Again, getting Sifa away from him continues to be Golden State's game plan. 18-13, building up a little bit of a lead. Here's Kuminga with Collier. Nice drive, nice finish for the come bucket. And the Warriors lead by 7. I love how we've played so far. Clearly a sense of urgency off the game 4 loss as Salis rips it away from Isaiah Collier. Salis thought about the shot, goes inside. Stokes is blocked. Noble sends it off the glass. And here comes the Jazz. Murray, Sifa, layup no good. Kingsley the rebound, layup no good. Kingsley no good. Kingsley back out. Sifa for 3, and it rattles home. They had 4 shots on that possession. That is unacceptable. Both teams have done a really good job on the offensive glass throughout the series. Stokes throws it up, and it's good. We were trying to take advantage of the isolation with Kingsley, who did a great job sticking with him. Stokes just throws up some garbage at the end of the shot clock and makes it. Stokes with a dime for Adembona. What a pass. Splits the defense. Golden State up by 8. Collier has it for the Jazz. It's tipped and stolen. Destino pokes it out. Kuminga ends up with it. He lobs it for Stokes. The 360 layup is good. 26-16. What a start for the Warriors. Collier on the drive has Murray wide open. Threegan Murray connects for Sacramento. 28-19. Destino looks to get around the screen. Has that poked away. Gets it back with 5 on the shot clock. Bona, Herb Jones. It's good! Beats the buzzer, and the Warriors lead by a dozen. 31-19, still with 2.5 to go in the first quarter. Plenty of time. We're not comfortable yet as Threegan hits another 3. We've had a hard time defending him over these last couple of games. Keegan knows how to pick his spots off the ball. Bona with the block. That was Cody Williams going up for the layup. In transition, Kuminga, long 2 is good. We're doing a great job moving in transition, moving off of turnovers, as it's 33-24. Kuminga with Allen, throws up the mid-ranger, no good. Rebound by Sifa. Here comes the Jazz with the shot clock unplugged, game clock at 5. Sifa's doubled. He sends it up to the top. Williams for 3, no good. And that'll wrap up the first. I thought Golden State's defense was terrific. Now, the Jazz did shoot 40% from 3, but they only went 5 of 16 from 2, shooting 35% from the field in the first. Balanced approach offensively for Golden State. Nobody in the double digits yet, and everybody's eating for the most part. Herb Jones, left wing 3 is good, and the lead is back to 11. The Jazz need more from their wings. Nobles has not scored. Cody Williams has not scored. Jarrett Allen up for the layup, counted, and a foul off the second chance as Jarrett Allen completes the three-point play. 38-29, Stokes with the crossover on Balsa-Vicious. That play was vicious. Stokes with 11. He's been impressive inside. He's done a good job when not being guarded by Sifa. Swings it in the corner. Jones for 3, no good. Ball ends up in the hands of Queen. Jazz look to push the pace. Williams, Kingsley, all the way with the jam. A nice dunk by Yantair Kingsley, and the Jazz are playing well here in the second. They're within 7. Rolog, no good. Gets his own miss. His 5th rebound of the game. Out to Jones for 3. It's good. Herb Jones with 3 triples in the first half. Great job by Loggins-Burl to get his own miss and get the assist. The rookie Ramon Hodge up and in with the layup. You know, he's crafty. We really didn't get to see him drive to the basket a whole lot like this at Michigan State, but I've been impressed with him as a slasher this year. Stokes, what a move! The reverse layup is good at the end of the shot clock. 10-point game. Balsa-Vicious, no good. Nice defense by Jones. Hodge with the rebound. He'll bring it up for Golden State. Gets it over to Kajai Stokes, looking for the screen and gets it. Stokes, deep 3. Off the mark. Kingsley with the rebound, and here comes Utah looking to bring it back within 10, but it's poked away. It's Stokes on the other end. Bang! Stokes with the steal as he gets it away from Kasparis Balsa-Vicious, and he hits the 3. 50-37, Queen, the lob for Yantair Kingsley. I think the bigs for the Jazz have been pretty solid after being kind of quiet early in this series, as Mobley has it poked on the ground. Hodge picks it up, and Hodge hits the 3. Right place, right time. Good play by Ramon Hodge. 16-point lead for the Warriors. Nobles, the spin and the layup. It has been a quiet start for Nobles, who's been their best player in the playoffs. They need him to get going if they want to keep their season alive. Cody Williams in the corner for 3 over Mobley. We have not gotten a lot from Mobley yet on either end. He definitely looks a little uncomfortable. As right as I say that, he is in with the snuff. Gets it away from Nobles. On the other end, Salis has not scored yet today over to Mobley. He finds Loggins-Burl on the drive. Thought about the shot, won't take. He goes to Destino. Drives right. Floater with the left is good. 57-44. Destino now with 9. 13-point lead for Golden State. Here's Nobles on the drive all the way. Layup is good. That's the Norwood Nobles that we've been accustomed to throughout this series, and that's the guy the Jazz are going to need. Salis bricks the open 3. He continues his cold streak. Pass across the floor for Williams. Cody Williams inside, layup, no good. Kingsley, the board, misses it. He grabs another rebound, and somebody's hurt. That was Cody Williams, who injured his hip. Jazz will get another chance with the ball to score, though, as Nobles goes all the way. He's too strong, even for Roman Loggins-Burl, as the lead is at 9. Not ideal having Williams injured, though. Even though he has not been good today, he was pivotal in Game 4. Kuminga's 3 rattles home. He's in the double figures with 11. 60-50. 3 minutes to go now in the first half. Nobles with the cross, the sauce, and the slam! Oh my goodness! Powerful dunk for Nobles, who's heating up. He's got 10. Loggins-Burl for 3. Shot is good. Filling up the stat sheet with 9 points. Now 7 boards and 5 assists, doing a little bit of everything, despite the fact that he's been kind of inefficient as a scorer. As Bona, the floater is up and good. I don't know how he got that one to fall. Bona has outplayed Mobley here in the first half, as Stokes' 3 is good. 19 points for KJ. He's been our top scorer once again tonight, and his efficiency's been quite good. Jones on the drive, layup no good. Grabs his own miss, blocked! by Yontair Kingsley. Under a minute left in the half. Big chance for the Jazz as that shot is blocked. Destino off the three. Looks to take it all the way with the spin and the finish. Wow, what a play by Ranking Destino as the lead sits at 12. Just seconds to go in the half. Dribble handoff for Destino. He's got it with three. Destino. He gets it to Jones. I don't think he got it off. It's good, but he was a little too late. 70-58 at the end of the first half. Warriors lead by 12. Our dominant first quarter lead puts us in a good spot where we've been seemingly in control throughout the second quarter. I do think Utah's offense played a lot better over these last 10 minutes. Even though they shot the three ball well in the first quarter, they kind of went away from it in the second quarter, which is sort of weird. But they were good inside, particularly in the paint. Norwood Nobles was a lot more effective. I thought the bigs played well. As for us, it's Kajai Stokes' world. We're just living in it. He leads the way with 19 points as that brings us into the third. Mobley, only 2 points so far, misses the three. Nobles with the rebound, looks to bring it the length of the floor himself. Mobley slow to get back. Kingsley with the jam. Destino tries to help, but it's too little, too late. 70-60. That pass nearly intercepted. Ends up with Sifa all the way. The poster over Kuminga. Counted in a foul. The and one for Martin Sifa. Leads within 7. Good start to the third for the Jazz as Kingsley blocks the shot from Kuminga. He's got Queen. Queen dunks over Destino. The lead was at 12. Now it's at 5. Not even a minute and a half into the third. Here is Stokes looking for the screen. Gets around Sifa. Three is good. Big make for Stokes. We needed that one badly. The Jazz are quickly gaining momentum. Kingsley out to Queen. Queen looking for someone to get open with 8. Sends it over to Sifa. Mid-range jumper over Stokes is good. Nice play by Sifa. He's been impressive here in the third. Kuminga with it, matched up with Murray. Looks to drive himself. Ooh, the jab! And the make! Jonathan Kuminga with the impressive jab step on the mid-ranger. 75-67. Queen with Destino. Around the screen. Queen on the drive with the slam! Another poster over Ranking Destino. Kuminga wide open three, won't go. Rebound by Kingsley. Here comes the Jazz. They can theoretically make it a one-score game here. Sifa on the drive, mid-range jumper is good. Martin has shot the mid-range well tonight. 4-point game now. Nobles with the spin, tries to catch Mobley off guard, and it works! Maybe Mobley wasn't even caught off guard, but he couldn't react because his hip flexibility is so limited. He couldn't get in the paint. That one ripped away. Sifa's got it. Jazz can tie it or take the lead. Queen inside, layup is good! What has happened to the Warriors? An utter second half collapse. The Jazz have outscored us 18-5 in the first 4 minutes of the third. Stokes' layup is good. Golden State back ahead. We certainly needed that one badly. Here is Queen with it, looking to get by Stokes. Mid-ranger is no good. Grabs his own miss, put back. Will tie it at 77. Here is Loggins Burrell with it, out to Salis, who still has not scored, by the way. Around the screen, pull-up jumper is good, and Salis is finally on the board. Did not shoot the ball well in the first half, although he shot it less than the last couple of games. You can tell this slump is clearly impacting his confidence as he's not shooting as much as he normally would. Kingsley tips in the lob. That would tie it. Warriors now up by 1. Collier with Salis. Has Murray wide open for the lead. The Jazz on top for the first time since the first quarter. Keegan Murray from beyond the arc. Noble swings it over to Martin Sifa. Sifa double teamed. Doesn't matter. What an offensive third quarter it has been for Martin Sifa. 84-82. Loggins Burrell. He gets it over to Salis for 3. It's good. Big make for Antoine. He needed that one pretty badly. Starting to feel himself a little bit after a quiet first half. Collier, triple. Jazz up by 4. Off the make by Isaiah Collier. 91-89. Balsavicius. No. Rebound by Destino. Here comes Golden State. Destino, did he just run through him? Hold on, wait a minute. I tried to run technically through him to try to draw the foul. I didn't mean literally. He, absorbed through him. How does that happen? Ranking Destino defying the odds of physics. 91-91, Allen with the Euro over Adem Bona, as that'll make it a 2-point lead for the Jazz. Jones swings it in the corner for Destino with the screen by Hodge. Destino back out Hodge. Pump fake. Hodge, step back. Money! Ramon Hodge's foot speed and his footwork for a rookie is remarkable. Destino with another steal, looking to push the pace. It's Hodge all the way with the jam for the lead. Hodge is hooping. I've been impressed with him throughout the playoffs. He wasn't even supposed to be in the rotation, but because of injuries, he was thrusted in there and has done a terrific job. 20 seconds in the third. Here's Avdia with it. Avdia inside for the tie. Won't go. Rebound by Bona, his 13th. Here comes Golden State. Salis on the drive. All the way! 9 points in the third for Antoine, looking a lot more like himself. Had some misses here in the third, though. Here's Balcevich's final seconds for the Jazz. All the way. Layup is no good. Bona, another rebound. Full court heave. Won't go. Definitely not a great third quarter, considering we started up by 12. Now we're only up by 4. But we did play well over the last few minutes. The Jazz were up by as many as 4. Sifa led the charge with 9. Samuel Queen with 8. Really efficient frame from Utah. They couldn't make a 2-point shot in the first quarter. Now seemingly they cannot miss. 14 of 24 inside the arc in the third. As Hodge has it stripped away and stolen, it's Queen. The lead is within 2, and thus the Jazz could tie it. Stokes pops it out, gets the ball all the way with the jam. Big-time slam by KJ. Our defensive aggressiveness has been really impressive, forcing a lot of turnovers on these Utah ball handlers. 99-97, Stokes with Queen, gets by him all the way with the layup. Stokes has been so good driving to the basket tonight, whether he's contested, whether he's open. It seems like the shot is going in. Queen tries to push off Stokes, and he does. That one is up and through, 101-99. Stokes with Queen closely. Floater for the tie, won't go. Stokes the rebound, and here comes Golden State. Stokes with the cross. Goes towards the middle. Lefty layup is good. Too easy for KJ, who's up to 30. 103-101. Neither side breaking away early in the fourth. The screen from Kuminga. Stokes again. Another one. KJ is living in the restricted area. He's got 20 points inside the paint tonight. Nobles no. Allen the rebound. The Jazz pass it out. Cody Williams back in the game. Drills the three. I thought Queen should have shot it in the corner, but hey, that works too. 105-104. Here's Ramon Hodge. Wide open triple. Yes! It says a lot when Ramon Hodge is playing in the fourth quarter, but Antoine Salis is not. Oh my God, how did that go in? What in the world? He is making literally everything. I mean, he's just trick-shotting over these guys at this point. KJ is playing magnet ball in the paint. This is crazy. Queen rainbows the three, no good, but Allen is there, another putback. We've got to do a better job on the defensive glass. It has not been good enough tonight. Stokes with the drive. He's blocked. Not that time, says Jared Allen. 6.5 to go. Balcevich's the lob, and Queen is there with the jam. We are within 2. Utah has not led in this fourth quarter, but I don't know if we've led by more than 4. I mean, it has literally been back and forth. Williams on the drive. We are tied at 110. Grab your popcorn. This is getting interesting with 5.5 to go. Destino with a nice move. Layup, counted, and a foul. And one for ranking Destino. 113-110. Destino has it back over to Stokes. 34 points in an elimination game 5. Around the screen. Bang! Big time shot by a big time shot maker. 116-110. Our biggest lead of the fourth so far. Sifa inside for Kingsley. Look at that mismatch. I'm surprised he didn't post up on Rolog, but he made the fadeaway, so it works. Here's Loggins-Burrow with it. 11, 8, and 7. Has not shot the ball well, but is finding other ways to impact the basketball game, such as his passing. A laser for Bona, who makes the dunk. 4-point game. Huge possession upcoming for the Jazz. Nobles has blocked! Loggins-Burrow's got it. Loggins-Burrow inside Destino. It's good! What a play by Rolog, who grabs his 9th rebound and gets his 9th assist One away in each category from a triple-double. What a defensive play, though, by Rolog. Nobles with a made three could have brought the lead within one. That's a 5-point swing in a game where both teams need all the points they can get. See if it hits the jumper. He's been automatic in the mid-range. Pump fake. Destino swings it for Bona. Layup is good. Bona's getting the closing minutes over Mobley. He just looks way more comfortable and has been way more impactful. 8 points and 18 boards for Adem Bona. Around the screen, Threegan Murray connects from beyond the arc. It is a one-score game, just over 2 to go. Kuminga's got it for the Warriors, gets it for Stokes. Double clutch, drives right, and it's swatted away by Kingsley. One-score game, Jazz could tie it. Queen with the basketball. Queen, sidestep, three ball, bang! I think this is where we start to turn on the intense soundtrack. 122-122, Utah sees it on the line. Loggins Burrell for three, won't go. Rebound by Keegan Murray. Jazz can take the lead. Sifa hands it off for Murray, back to Sifa, over to Queen. Playing hot potato, nobody wants the ball in the biggest spots of their NBA careers. Nobles on the drive. Nobles with 5, still has it. Layup, no, gets his own miss. Back out to Queen. Everybody just looks tense and is hesitating for the Jazz. Here's Kingsley with the jam! Utah with a long possession, but they do take the lead. 124-122 with 1:20 to go in the fourth. Here is Destino over to Stokes on the drive. Not afraid of Sifa. Gets it to Mobley, out to Kuminga. Around the screen for three. It's good! Jonathan Kuminga puts the Warriors up by 1. 125-124. Murray brings it up for the Jazz. Matched up with Kuminga with exactly 1 minute left to play here in the fourth quarter of Game 5. Warriors lead the series 3-1. Here's Murray with 4. Over to Kingsley. It's poked away! Kuminga with the steal. He's got Loggins Burrell with the spin. Out to Destino for 3. It's good! He hesitated. He didn't think he was going to be that wide open when he got the ball. No one went up to help, so he figures, why not shoot it? 4-point lead. That was Rolog's 10th assist of the game, by the way. Queen around the screen. Good job by Sifa. Shot no good. Kuminga the rebound, and they've got to start fouling. Not looking good for Utah. They could not afford to miss that shot. Samuel Queen was wide open. A bad miss for the former #1 pick out of Florida. We're going to inbound it again. I think it's pretty easy who we want shooting the free throws. It's this guy, Kajai Stokes, who sits at 37 points. He will go to the line to shoot a pair, look to bring the lead up to 6. The Utah crowd loud on their feet as he misses the first one. Big miss for Stokes. Second one, doesn't hesitate. He just let it rip as it is good, and the Jazz are going to use a timeout. So the real question is who we want on the floor. What type of defensive lineup can we get in? We also want 5 guys who can somewhat shoot free throws, though. So we're going to go double big, Bona and Mobley. Kuminga's definitely the better free-throw shooter than Rolog, but Loggins Burrell is a better rebounder, much better rebounder. And if there's traffic inside, we're going to need to be able to get the board. I mean, for one thing, your defensive rebounding today I don't think has been all that good. But along with that, half the battle is getting the rebound. You can't shoot free throws if you don't get the ball. I think they're going to look for Queen. He's been the go-to guy today. I want to force the jumper. His shot is really inconsistent. We just saw in the last possession, wide open 15-footer, not a defender in the area, still missed it. It's a 5-point game with 27.7. Kingsley in the corner. He's got Sifa matched up with Kajai Stokes. Sifa on the drive, hands it off, layup, no good for Kingsley. Adem Bona with his 19th rebound of the game as he is fouled. And the Warriors are now going to call a timeout as Adem Bona will go to the line to shoot a pair and look to potentially make it a 3-score lead. These free throws can really put Golden State in a good spot, and if Bona makes both, he would get a double-double. First one is good. 130-124 in favor of the Warriors. Bona looks to be taking his time a lot more so than Kajai Stokes did at the line. Second free throw for Bona to bring the lead up to 7. Got it! Nothing but net. And the Jazz are going to look to move quick, down by 3 scores. Shot and game clock pretty much even. Queen, Murray for 3. No good. Ball is tipped out by Bona, and possession will stay with the Jazz. They're going to have to really get this one off quick, off the inbound. They cannot afford to waste time. Shot clock is unplugged. Game clock sits under 13. Kingsley will inbound on the baseline. He gets it out to Murray for 3. No good again. Bona with his 20th rebound of the game, and they will not foul. We're going to let KJ dribble this one out as this game is over. The Golden State Warriors are moving on to the second round of the Western Conference playoffs. 131-124 over the Jazz. I give Utah a lot of credit for a young team with a young nucleus of guys who's never made the playoffs. For pretty much all of their key rotation players, they played 0 postseason games coming into this series. The whole reason why they got Trae Young is because they wanted to add a guy who had playoff experience. Trae Young has played a lot of postseason basketball, and he was not out there for them. Even though they still lost in 5 games and went 0-3 at home, they were competitive. Look at this game, for instance. They were down by 12 at the half, down by as many as 16, but they didn't quit. They took the lead in the second half, but our experience and our vets were too much. 38 points for KJ. He shot the ball efficiently all night. Whether he was guarded by Sifa, he was mostly not guarded by Sifa. We were able to set up switches offensively, which was a big piece of the game plan. And if you look at his final numbers for the series, 32, 6.5, 6.5, 2 steals, and really good shooting splits. He shot 61% true shooting. So even though his efficiency was bad in 3 individual games, he was still a very, very much a positive player for us. Now, his defense was not great. So that's got to be a little bit better, especially considering this is a guy who's a high-level perimeter defender. He obviously led the charge for us, but he was not the only one. 21, 5, and 5 on good splits for Rankin Destino. 17 for Kuminga, hit a big 3 late. Ramon Hodge, this kid's a hooper. 12 and 6 on 5 of 6 shooting. I thought he had an awesome first career playoff series. Rolog did not shoot the ball well, 4 of 15, but he did nearly get a triple-double, 11, 10, and 9. He finds ways to impact the basketball game even without the scoring. We got the full Rolog experience in this series, though, with a lot of good and a lot of bad. What I find interesting is that he had 8 assists through the first 4 games combined. Today he had 10 assists with 0 turnovers. Yet he cannot make a 3 throw to save his life. 47% at the line in this series. So he's just kind of all over the place. Hopefully we can get some more consistency. Adembona was really good, 10 and 20 on perfect shooting. He was a lot more impactful than Evan Mobley was. Bona had a great first postseason series. I'm not worried about him. I'm just worried about the potential depth behind him. The other storyline has been Antoine Salis, who's in the midst of a 3-game slump. 9 points, 3 of 10 from the field. He didn't play a single minute in the fourth quarter. That's where we're at with him. When he's not scoring, what else does he do? He's not really a playmaker. He's a pretty average defender. I'm confident that he will get the scoring back together, but, I mean, these last few games have been just a disaster. Over his last 3 games, he's shooting 14 of 48, I believe, if my math is correct. I mean, that's just not going to cut it. Samuel Queen had his best game, 35, 8, and 6, 17, 22, and 5 blocks for Kingsley. He was also impressive. Nobles did not shoot the ball well, 8 of 19 from the field, 0 for 4 from deep. Hard to fault him because he's been so good for the Jazz, but his efficiency got worse in each game, which doesn't really say much because his efficiency, other than today, has been awesome. But he did not do enough here in Game 5. Sifa with 16, he was solid. Murray, shooting went down a little bit, same with Williams, and then 1 for 8 for Kasparis Balsavicius. So a good win here for the Warriors. Utah gave us all they could handle, but we are moving on to the second round. Chances are against Minnesota. Could be the Spurs, though, if they're able to battle back. The Spurs have eliminated us 2 years in a row. Even though they don't have Luka Doncic, I would still be a little bit concerned because they've had our number in the past, as has Minnesota, who eliminated us the year before the 2 seasons from the Spurs. So that'll bring us into Game 5 in Minnesota. Wolves look to shut the door, and it looks like they will. For the first time since Season 2, when Minnesota was the ones who won the title, the Spurs are not headed to the NBA Finals after making it in back-to-back years. Anthony Edwards was not all that impressive. He fouled out the entire team was in foul trouble. Look at all the three throws. 18 for Wembanyama, 11 for Palermo. Wemby had an unbelievable series, doing what he could, 36 and 19. But it just was not enough. He had 1.6 estimated wins added, so without him, the rest of the team, I guess technically, is negative 0.6. That should tell you what you need to know. Their third leading scorer was a second-round rookie. Their fifth leading scorer was a late first-round rookie. With Luka and Anthony Davis out, there's just not enough Wemby could have done because the rest of that roster is horrible. Without Wembanyama, they would have been the worst team in the league this year. It's honestly a miracle they got this far. Let's simulate through the rest of the first round. We'll see if we get some surprises, and we do. Atlanta knocks off the defending champion Nets in 7. Really exciting finish to the series, a 4-point win for the Hawks, who were without their best player, Chet Holmgren. Adama Sanogo has been starting at the 5, and he has been incredible. 24 and 12 in Game 7. Who would have thought? They added Chet Holmgren. He has not been available for them throughout the playoffs, and they still beat the defending champions with Adama Sanogo as the starting 5. That should say a lot about where this Hawks team trajectory is. They are going to be good in no time. Well, I mean, they're already good now, but I mean at the very top of the East. Otherwise, it was pretty chalky. Boston, Washington, and Detroit all win, and then it'll be the Blazers and Grizzlies in the second round. Minnesota won the title back in Season 2. This core has been here. They've done that. Anthony Edwards has shown he can be a Batman for a title team. And as I've said, I think they're the favorite in the West. They have the best point differential, the best record, and a lot of postseason experience compared to the other teams at the top of the standings. They are very top-heavy in the sense that they've got a really good group up here. Obviously, Anthony Edwards leads the charge, 34 points per game in the playoffs, 35 in the regular season. Him and Rob Dillingham have created a great backcourt. You've got Cat and Porzingis in the front court. Paul George has been a great addition since the trade deadline. They gave up nothing for him, and he's been a very positive addition. And then KJ Jeffries is really good as well. They will be without Amir Brooks, who tore his Achilles. That's their backup big. But I think they'll be okay, given how well Rob Dillingham has played. KJ Jeffries, 19, 13, and 6. He reminds me a lot of Darius Springer, but without the shot making and scoring. Jeffries has everything else with the rebounding, the playmaking, the defense. He's not the scorer that Darius is, not even close, and that was Darius's best attribute. But otherwise, he's baby Springer, even more so than Jabari Springer. In the postseason, Ant averaged 34, Dillingham averaged 30. Cat and Porzingis were both good enough offensively, despite the Wemby matchup. And then Paul George kind of feels like the X factor for this team. He's the oldest player in the NBA. Was not good at all the first half of the year with the Nuggets, but has been rejuvenated in Minnesota on a veteran minimum contract, looking to finally win a championship. That'll wrap things up. Next time around, we got games 1 and 2 in Minnesota against the Western Conference favorite, the Timberwolves. Let's see if our Golden State Warriors can look to shock the world, take a game or two on the road, and position ourselves to potentially pull off a playoff upset. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Peace out.